I'm a Hufflepuff.
All right. Clap, sing. On go. Okay. So it'll be 3, 2, 1, go. Clap. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Really good.
Yeah, that was fun. Welcome everybody
Hi.
to the Type Beat
Hello.
podcast. With
Hi guys.
do one of you guys want to do the intro?
We just did the intro, you fucking stupid bitch.
Did it?
You stupid dumb fucking asshole bitch. Stop. Stop. Ray, don't laugh. You get so mad.
Fuck my
Ray, don't laugh,
keyboard!
you get so mad. Hold it in.
Fuck! Turn on carrot
Wait, what did I
browser.
say?
What the hell is that?
Son,
Tempo,
sometimes
can
when
you
do
can you
this
carry
shit-
it on? Can you keep it going?
No.
Keep it going.
Sometimes when he does this shit, like, I'm more intrigued than I just want to look. Like, I'm just like, what is?
Introduce the
good?
guest, Tempo.
Cover your mouth. Holy shit. Okay. Today we're here with our best friend Ray Cyberspit,
Ray,
Oh,
Cyberspit.
thank you so much.
the artist.
Oh
Ray,
my
what
gosh,
do you do?
the artist.
Person.
Hi, I am an artist on Twitter. Oh my gosh, and we're also best friends. I'm best friends with Toby, and I'm best friends with Max. We're all just best.
Who's Max?
I'm really
You can say
excited.
it.
Thank you.
Who's Max?
Tempo.
Tempo, little tempo.
We gotta cut that out.
Why?
Privacy reasons.
Why?
I don't want the internet to know your first name.
You know what? My bad.
Dude.
Out of respect for you, look, I'm cool with it. But if you want, if for your own privacy, Toby, we could cut it out.
Thank you. I mean, I use a fake name. Toby's not my real name.
What's your real name? You can cut this out.
It's yeah.
Where you get that name?
Wow, what a cool name.
Pingus store.
Guys, I'll be like 100% honest with you. That was like not planned at all. I did not plan to cough. Something about the water just tasted iffy. Maybe it's because it's like 2-day-old water at my desk that I just decided to sip on. But
They're probably
my
mosquitoes. Probably like made a whole home in it. They
there
probably
are so many
mosquitoes
ants in my
probably.
house. Do you guys? I don't know like
Mosquito-
where you guys
like-
live. There's like a bunch of ants, but like every time like around summer, I have like hundreds of thousands of little like ants like everywhere.
No, some ants probably made like a whole they had their own like they lived their whole they lived a long, beautiful, fulfilling life and then died and just like decomposed in the water before you drank it.
What if this was like their swimming pool, bro?
Yuck.
Yeah.
And what if the Earth is a swimming pool in a big. What if we're ants in a little swimming pool in a giant guy's. Yeah. You know, in
So,
sixth
Ray,
grade,
what do you do
I
on
like
Twitter?
I told my teacher this stupid theory I heard. I mean, maybe it's not stupid, I don't know, but it's like the idea that like the universe is like a fucking brain cell in like a big organism's body, and then like all the brain cells in our head are like universes for tiny people. And then he
You were
was
in
like,
first
"Facts."
grade?
I was no, it's sixth grade. And
Oh,
like, I just
sixth
heard it
grade.
somewhere on like on fucking the internet. And like he was like, "Max, I don't think you understand how big the universe is."
I don't want to get too
How does he
philosophical,
know?
but like they're right.
Are you dumb? Like, how do you know? Like, where have you seen it?
It's
How do you get
crazy
your
how big the
sixth
universe
grade
is.
teaching degree and then think you know how big the universe is?
For real.
If somebody on Twitter privately
what do they
DM
teach
me,
you in
Tempo,
teacher school about that?
Tempo, somebody privately DM'd me on Twitter like a few days ago, and they were like, "Hey Toby, love the podcast. Can we get more of Tempo's high school ceiling? Can we just get like 20? Let's just do like 20 seconds where it's just that."
You have to earn it. Why
have to
should
earn
I?
it? Tempo, I'll cut this out. What is on your fucking neck?
I'm glad you fucking asked. This okay. I want to say I would say it's a hickey, but like I just can't have that on record for like a podcast. This is okay. This is I give different answers depending on the context. So the real actual answer is it's a birthmark I've had my entire life, and it's just really unfortunate. Apparently, like they said that like when I was in utero or something, it was like my thumb, like just like that. Is it on that side? No, it's this side. Yeah.
How have I never
like,
noticed this? I've known you for like 2 years.
yeah, it's always been there. And so
What the
like
heck?
basically like I've had that every day of my life. So like people and it looks like a fucking hickey. So like I'm at school and like I think like when I was a sophomore, like once per month, some extroverted kid like in the hall would like see me and be like, "Oh, yo, this fucking kid's got a hickey, baby," or like some variation of that. And then I wouldn't really know what to say. I've been trying for years to think of like an actual good funny response because every person I tell is like, oh, just say like, oh, your mom gave me a hickey or something. But like it's hard. Like there was one time freshman year, this kid actually like I think he made a bet with his friend, like if it was or not, and he like just super politely we were walking around the gym for gym, and he just super politely like had me come over and say, hey man, like I just want to ask like is that a hickey on your neck? And like.
That's
He was so
fucked,
nice
dude.
about it. I like felt the need to explain. But it's like what like imagine it was like who fucking does that?
That's that must be so many like awkward conversations that you have to bring up, because
Yeah.
it's I guess it's like okay that like your family knows about it, because like the worst thing is like having a hickey and then your family sees.
Yeah.
But like I guess for that like it's fine, but like that's like an awkward
and like
conversation.
and I can prove it because literally like if you ever see me, it's always there. Like, you know,
You just have a girlfriend that does
like
the exact same location every week
Yes.
since birth.
Hey, shh. I mean,
So
I don't know. People don't ask me about it
so
as
wait,
much.
so you're telling
but yeah.
me, Tempo, you're telling me that was a birthmark that happened when you were in your mother's womb, right?
Well, I suppose you could say that, motherfucker.
Speaking of mother, you recently
I did.
Yeah, you
I did.
recently-
It's true. The rumors are true.
you recently released your album Mother. What was that like? What was the
Ray, why are you muted? It's a podcast.
Holy shit, Ray. Oh my god, she is.
Ray, what the fuck?
She's still muted.
you
It's been like
stupid?
3 seconds since we accosted her. Are you fucking joking me?
Hi, sorry, my
Oh, you're what?
talk to me.
Oh, what happened? No, say it again.
Oh no, my mom wanted to talk to me.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly as we were in. Yeah.
that's not really an
So
excuse though.
sorry.
Like it's fine
no,
this
it's
time, but like I don't know what you.
Yeah, next time you might catch this demerit.
This is kind of a
Okay.
serious environment.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot we were like professional.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
This is
We'll
a
just
work-
have to like
this-
redo
this
the
is
bit
a-
again.
This is a work environment.
So Tempo, you got that mark while you were in your mother's womb.
Yes, I dropped an album called Mother.
Oh, okay, we kind of skipped the whole setup. So you and Ray worked on that. What was that like? How long do you think it took you from like inception of the idea to like releasing it?
Okay. So, I technically have like, there are ideas that are on Mother that like I started like years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't definitively say like, oh, like this is the day I started everything.
Okay.
But the day like I started like I stopped making singles and like started saying like, okay, I'm gonna start making music for my album, was after Tidal Waves 2. So for me I say that like I started Mother around like sometime like mid-May of like 2020.
Okay, and
then-
you released
so-
it May
and it took-
2021.
and- Yeah, so it took a year.
It's a straight year of work.
Yeah.
And wait, like, so when
So-
did you like let like Ray know about like what you were making?
Actually, like, probably pretty early on. Do you? Like I'm not the type that's like super secretive about like projects.
Yeah, I don't remember when Tempo said that he was working on an album. I just remember, uh, like him sending, like beats and stuff that he made in the past that he was like, oh, I might recycle this and use this in the future. And I was like, oh, very cool. But, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I actually like I was when I came up with the name Mother, I like DM'd Ray about it and I was like, is this hard? And she was like, yeah, go for it. So,
Yes.
yeah.
You DM'd her. Parentheses, all caps, mother, parentheses, hard, question
Is
mark,
this
question mark?
hard?
Is your mother
Yeah.
hard? Yeah, and then I had to deal with a bunch of like your mama jokes, but I don't know. I think it was worth it.
I think it was worth it. I mean, like, I can't imagine putting a straight year into a single project.
Yeah, it was
That-
weird. Okay,
For real.
like it wasn't like exact like it was like on and off work, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
Like you know, like you know, like if I think if I was like literally just like if I was pulling fucking like Kanye, like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and like just had like could like spend all day just like in the studio, like all just straight working, I could probably do an album in like a month or two. But like I also would have to like be inspired and like want to like have like insane drive and like all this resources and whatever. Like when I started the album, it was like mid-pandemic. Like we were in the thick of it, like so I was like depressed all the time last summer, bruh. Are you Toby?
What? It's the way my brain works, okay? It's an association between words and music. You said you were in the thick of the pandemic,
way-
and I said, into the thick of it. Into
Dog,
the
the
thick
way
of
you
it.
just snapped back into place, you said, you're like a, it's like fucking Toy Story when Andy walks in.
You know what sucks is that audio-only listeners will never understand that bit.
True.
They just-
Hell,
they-
motherfucker. Ah. Hey, audio listeners.
Audio
Hey,
listeners,
hey,
won't even- hey,
audio-
audio listeners,
hey.
we just flipped you off for like 5 seconds straight.
I didn't do that. Well, okay, I did that for like some
Doing
of
it
the
again.
seconds. Hey, audio,
Doing it
hey,
again.
hey, audio listeners. Hey, audio listeners.
Ray, you graduated recently.
Dude, yes, I did. On my graduation day. Sorry, I
Wait,
just
is
looked
this
at
the
your.
story?
Wait,
Are
I
you still
didn't.
story?
Wait, I didn't finish Mother. You started.
Oh,
like,
No,
yeah.
move on. We'll get back to it.
Okay. Yes. Oh my gosh. On my graduation day, our whole school had a day at the amusement park, and we were all just having a grand old time, just me and all my little friends. And we see this guy, and he literally looks like Jake Paul. I'm not even kidding. We're going on like some pirate ship ride, and he looks me in the eyes. Yeah, Jake Paul. I'm telling you. And
He was or he looked like.
no, he looked just like him. It was so freaky. And I look into his pupils at the line because he's talking to me, but it's not even making sense. And I'm like, oh my God, your pupils, they're so big. And he's like, yeah, I'm off some acid right now. And let's just say. And so I told him, I was like, dude, you look just like Jake Paul. And he goes, yeah, I'm part of the Maverick Club. And I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Like it's true he's on acid because you won't admit to that, like, unless you're on drugs. And I was like, oh my God. So we go back to the hotel. I'm like, oh my gosh, all my friends are so nice. Like, we'd never be on drugs ever.
So you met Jake Paul on acid, and then you went back to your hotel room.
Oh my God, yes. I met Jake Paul on acid, and then I went back to my hotel room. I'm like, oh my God, none of my friends would ever do anything like bad ever. I lay down in bed. We were all watching Rick and Morty. I lay down in bed, and I am awoken by my friend shaking me. And
I
she
am
is shaking me
awoken.
so hard. I'm awoken by my friend shaking me. And at first she was like, oh, I'm having tunnel vision. Like, I can't, like, I'm having tunnel vision. But then she starts shaking us, like, even harder. And then she goes, we need supervision. Like, we need supervision. So I'm like, oh my god, like she needs. Toby, what are you saying? I'm so freaked out of my
Nothing,
mind.
No, please continue. I'm not sure.
We are 100% attentive.
No, we're
Please
like
continue.
invested in this.
I'm actually like on the edge of my fucking seat.
Oh my god. Anyways,
Wait, let's sit on the edge of our
Actually.
seats. Hold on, let's like do that. Let's like invest in that bit.
oh my god.
No, wait, please continue.
She's
Okay,
like,
no, but Maria, actually, I'm listening. Like, tell it.
Yeah, please
Oh
continue.
my
No,
God.
we're on the edge of our seats.
oh, okay. She's like, shake me awake. She's like, we need supervision. And I think she's talking about like being like Wonder Woman or something, like super. But then I was like, oh no, like she needs me to watch them because 3 out of the 5 people did an edible, but it wasn't a normal edible. It
Okay.
was homemade from a boy at Walmart, which is not a good
Back
sign.
the fuck up. Back the fuck up. Hold on, was it sold
Homemade.
at Walmart, or did the guy make it at Walmart, or does he just work at Walmart? How does...
Okay, so one of my friends works at Walmart with this guy, and she
Okay.
got them from the boy at Walmart.
How much did it cost?
I have no idea, but it was
Okay.
so weird. I looked at it; it was like a little chocolate square.
Ray would pay 600 for an eighth, bro.
This is not true. After this experience, I would not even do drugs ever. I took a little
Ray-
dare pledge.
Ray would drop 1,000 on an eighth.
Oh my god. She's like shaking us, all that. And then she's like, I can't even see. Like my vision's going black, like in and out. She literally, I'm not even joking, turns on the shower, goes in with all of her clothes on. Oh my god. It was like they were laced, like they had to be laced. Like I was so scared. So, anyways, then she gets out of
You
the
think that
shower.
they like might have been like pretending like for dramatic effect?
Oh my god, I had no idea. Like, I have no idea. Like, so
Like-
weird.
So your friends took a laced edible?
Yes,
maybe-
like their
or-
first time doing drugs.
But it's like, okay, it's their first time, right? Like maybe it was like placebo. Maybe they're just like, wow, I'm on drugs. I'm gonna do crazy shit.
That's what I thought. I was like,
Whoa,
okay, like
don't
they have
discount
to be
people's
joking.
experiences, Tempo. They probably did need supervision and to go in the shower with their clothes on.
Oh,
But
my-
when-
oh, and for context, we're all in a hotel room together. Like, I don't
Okay.
think.
So
I
no
hate to
adult
break it to
supervision?
you, but Wonder Woman isn't real.
Yeah, no, like
We know.
no adult supervision. Wonder Woman isn't real. We basically, I have no idea what happens next. All I know is she comes out of the shower like fully drenched, and then everyone starts crying. Everyone starts crying, and so of course I'm like the most anxious person I think you'll like ever meet, and so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll start crying too because, like, just for effect.
Just to fit in.
You
Yeah,
made the conscious decision.
just to fit it. Yeah, everyone's crying, and it's seriously like 3-4 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, I'll cry too because I'm feeling a little bit stressed out. Because this is really funny, like telling you guys, I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, like my friend went in the shower with all her clothes on, you know, blah blah blah. But like, you know, oh, that's so funny. In the moment, it is not funny. Like,
Yeah, I bet.
seeing your friend do that is not funny.
I've been
And,
around people. I have been around people
yeah.
that like had like bad trips, and it's like not enjoyable. Like
Yeah.
if everything goes okay, you can laugh at it like in post, but like I've had people that I've been to like parties and like my friends have gotten like messed up, and they've again I'm very I listen very straight edge. I took the dare pledge. And I've had friends that have like been over to me like, dude, I just saw like my dad die. Like I just had like a prophetic vision of like my dad dying in a car accident. And
Oh
he's
my
like,
God.
and I was like, okay, I'll take you home. He's like, no cars. We have to walk. I had like walked this guy 2 miles because he would refuse to get into a car. And I think that was his first time taking
Yes.
drugs too.
That's, oh my gosh, that's literally the thing. They were like, you know, everyone's crying and everyone's like, okay, we can't tell our parents. Like, no one can tell our parents. And I'm sitting in my bed and I'm
Yeah.
texting my mom. I'm like, Mom, I need you to pick me up tomorrow.
Narc alert! Narc!
Not even
Niche
joking.
alert.
Tempo, narc
It
alert!
was so
Narc.
freaky.
Narc.
When the
Narc.
first guest in the podcast is a narc.
Oh my God. But anyways, I tell my mom, and like, if you know my mom, she's like literally the chillest person on planet Earth.
Of
Like,
course, I know your mom personally.
oh, oh, you do?
That's crazy. Me too.
That is so weird, you guys.
Cause I met her. I met her in real life. I saw her.
Oh
I was
yeah,
there for
my mom
her.
asks about Tempo all the time.
Wait, I met her. I met her briefly when we all met each other at SawCon.
Toby, your face.
I met her briefly last night.
Hey Ray, for the podcast, it's like, will you please ask what SawCon is?
Oh my god. Hey Toby, what's SawCon? I don't know what it is. Can you please explain SawCon to me?
SawCon. Never mind.
Anyways, my mom picked me up the next morning, and she's like, honestly, Ray Cyberspit, I'm very proud of you for not doing drugs. Like, and that was it. That was honestly the end of it. But I'm home, and then one of the other girls is like in the hospital.
What?
And I'm like, yeah.
For what?
Because she could not open her eyes. Number one, she couldn't open her eyes, could not speak, and they were like, oh my god, like, this is so freaky. And I guess, like, I know the girl, or sorry, not the girl. I guess they went to the hospital, and then the nurse was like, oh yeah, like, she has 200 milligrams still in her system.
Holy
like,
shit.
Yeah. Or actually, it was 180, but
I mean, yeah.
It was like 180. It was, yeah, I think it was 180.
At that point, like 20 milligrams
but
is not going to.
It was like, yeah, like,
yeah,
it was crazy, but yeah, I don't know. They were definitely laced. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm never doing drugs. Like, that really scares you straight, I think.
So a guy at Walmart laced a homemade edible he made, gave it to your friends, and then for their first drug experience, they took a giant edible.
Yeah, in a hotel room.
Almost died.
Yeah, like in a hotel room. Like,
if you were like a storytime animator, could you imagine how many views that video would get?
Dude, I know. That's what I'm saying.
If you're an IDK Mason, dog, IDK, my friend IDK Mason, his own, like, one of his main storytime videos he made when he was a storytime animator was like, I got contact high at a gas station. And it's so funny. And we got
it! High school! Yes! High school ceiling, baby! Let's go! Let's go!
I don't want to be on this podcast anymore. Okay, you guys got me.
Dude, I still can't get over it. Like, oh, that's a cute pride flag. What were we talking about before we got sidetracked with your edible story?
Oh, Mother.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Ray, you worked on Mother too, huh?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Tempo contacted me to work on it like a couple times, and I cried each time. It was so fun.
Yeah.
I had such a great time.
Well, you volunteered. You said you'd be the artist. I was like, I bet.
Oh my gosh, I remember because you told me, you were like, oh, I'm working on an album, and I was like, Tempo, if you ever need anything, I will do it. Like, you can.
Dude, I feel bad because like I didn't want to like ask for too much because like there's time Ray like just puts herself in situations where she gets scammed. Like, it's not even funny. Like.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, dog. Ray will spend 2 days on a commission, and then like she feels bad on day 3, so she just says, "I'll do it for free."
No, that's literally what happens. Like, I used to do that, and then I started telling people I did that. Like, because then I started telling like you and like Owen and like Stacy.
Yeah, and we're
and
like, bro, like you're getting fucking scammed.
Stop doing that. Like, but you know. Now that I'm swarmed, I'm sort of happy, like, I don't do that anymore, because I'd be broke.
You would never get any money.
I would never get any money, but, yeah.
Bro. But
That
yeah,
was like
so
the
like
Ray
it was
lifestyle for
really
a while.
cool. Like there's what did you do on like what I think you did like the thumbnails for the singles, like both, and
Mm-hmm.
then
I
like
colored in that album
and you covered in the
art.
album cover. And you did
Yes.
like yeah, Ray carried in terms of like the background shit because like I could not draw the earth and the space and shit that well.
For,
I drew like the line art and like the design and stuff,
for real,
but she colored it. It was
like
Mm-hmm.
visually, like Ray just like fucking carries every group that she's in. Anything like Ray
so
does, she
true.
like carries it visually. She does the profile picture for like all our socials on Typebeat. She's made
Yeah,
us
true. No, she
so
did.
many profile pictures in the past.
Oh, this
She
is
makes
so
like
fun.
she just like uh she yeah she carries like the whole community. Like everybody has a Ray profile pic.
Oh,
Exactly.
Like
that's so
Ray
kind. Oh my
Ray is like
gosh.
the I don't think you guys were in the commentary community, but like back then, like I
I
have a
was
friend May, like Mubulated,
yeah.
and she um like everybody had a Mubulated profile pic back then. Like it was ridiculous. Like um like they got like she got so many fucking commissions.
Okay,
And
so
like
you're
every
saying is
community
that you're
has that.
saying that Ray
There's like
is you're saying that Ray is the animation version of Mubulated?
yeah, and then there's like Spybles who's like the Dream SMP content creator version of Ray.
That's so true. Thank you guys. That's so sweet. Oh my goodness. That's always
Yo,
been like my dream or
Yeah,
like
bro.
favorite thing, like to make
Dream
art for other people, not just me.
yeah,
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
like,
don't get, like,
I
don't get,
love
like, a
making
big
art
head
for
or
other
anything,
people.
okay? Because you're so like, a
yeah,
BoJack
and then
Horseman fan.
Oh
True.
no, I won't. I won't.
and you got like and now you're doing all that stuff with like Wonder and stuff.
Yes,
How's that
I
with
love
Wonder?
Wonder. Oh my gosh. Okay, number one, before I speak on anything, Wonder is like the nicest human being in the world, I think. I heart artists, musicians that like pay me, you know, that's like a big thing for musicians to do. Um, I love working with Wonder. I think Wonder, music and like
Wonder when
my
he gets a
style
tutor.
sort of go. Wonder what? What?
Wonder where these nuts went.
Wonder fuck. Wonder when he gets a tutor.
We didn't get that joke actually. Tempo.
You get it? Okay, so like well, all right, so okay, so
No, it's
so
okay. You don't
one
need to
like
explain it. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to explain it.
No, I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna explain it. So there's
That's
like
fi-
one, like the number one, and then like Wonder, right? And then when he gets a tutor, because like two, like the number two, der.
Maybe you drew it out for us.
Like, I don't get it.
Right. Hold on. Sorry. Let me open MS. I don't even fucking have MS Paint. Let me open Paint Tool Sai.
Okay. While Tempo is writing
No,
out this
no,
joke
fuck
for
that.
us-
Let me get a piece of paper, a physical piece of paper.
Okay.
I can't believe he's like explaining a joke.
Yeah, he's really committed to this bit. I mean, we are a
Yeah,
bit / cutaway gag based podcast, but this is this is intense for me. Holy shit! Look at that cord. How long is that cord?
Oh my god. It's like a telephone wire.
I want to go boing on it.
Oh my gosh, I want to like tightrope on it.
So, yeah, we don't want to focus on the.
I'm gonna write this over my pre-calc
Holy
homework.
shit, Tempo! Can I go one fucking line of dialogue without you bet?
No.
Fuck off!
You get it?
Like, do you think you're gonna make more like collaborative work, or do you think you want to like focus more on like solo projects?
I think I sort of want like a healthy mix. Like I genuinely like I love doing things by myself, but I also love sort of having other people's ideas and then sort of being the creative director behind that. Like I think that's really fun for me actually when someone's like, oh, like I want this aesthetic, and then I'm like, oh, here's a mood board, or
Dude,
like
like
here's
I think if you
thing
cut this
cool.
up, someone like fucking Lil Tecca might hit you up. I don't know though. It's not a guarantee.
Okay.
Okay, so with Mother, like I said, I worked on it for like a year, but it wasn't like a year of straight work, right? It was like back like during COVID, I was depressed as shit. So like I didn't work all the time. I think like it was like exponential, like I exponentially worked more and more, like as my mood increased or got better.
That
So
makes
like
sense.
like during summer of last year, like I literally had no school or anything to do like at all. So you people try to spin COVID and shit. Like I don't want to like make this too into like something like that, but like people try to spin it into like, oh, like, well, if you're an artist, like you have nothing but free time, like, you know, uh like that means it's perfect, like, you should just be able to fuck off. Fuck off.
Please
You
continue.
just be
Yeah,
able to work.
I hear what you're
You
saying.
just be able to like work, but like no, like I just wanted to die. So I think the only things that
Sorry.
I finished, like the only things that I finished during that summer that I ended up using on the album was like outside like the main like I wrote everything and like had the beat, Saturn hook, and like I'm not sure. Oh, and the a demo version of Mother, like the song Mother.
Hmm.
That's it. So like
Well, even then,
basically
that's
the
like really impressive.
you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, Ray was right when she tweeted multiple times. No one does it like Tempo. I mean, look at Tyler. It's taken
Yes.
Tyler like 2 years to. It's taken Tyler like 2 years to release stuff
Yeah.
past Igor. It took you a year to release Mother, which is album of the year. So
So true, bro.
no one
Tyler,
has
So
Tyler is
true.
really, like is really trying to like he's really biting my flavor.
Mm-hmm.
He has I think he has a song on the album called Bandana,
Oh my
and he
god,
also
you're
like
joking.
and like he's talking about his parents and shit.
That's so
Your album
weird.
is literally named Mother. Like he's
Literally.
He
been
wants to be
stalking you.
you so bad.
But anyway, so like I ended up getting like I think then like during when the school year started, like I started going to school again. And like that was the only thing I ever like did during the day, but it was like it was like I was like sitting there like I was going to bed at like 4 a.m., waking up at 12, doing nothing during the day, right? So like I was like back then I was just like like I had no drive to do anything. But then like once school started and I had like kind of more like a structure to my life and shit, um I was like okay, I felt better about it. And in 3 months, I finished outside pretty much. Like I ended up re-recording stuff like towards the end, but like I pretty much had it done. Like I finished outside, and I made Human and Power Pole
I think
in
that's
like
like one
that
thing that a
time.
lot of people will like refuse to say or like refuse to like mention is that like school to like an extent it's not always like the case for me, but like school making you do stuff kind of like puts you in like more of, like a mindset to like be like more structured and productive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean that's how it is for me because I had friends who were saying like because how it was like I think like we had options to like do distance learning or like go at IRL. Like I mean like depending on how like bad COVID was in my area at the time. And like I pretty much like never did anything, but I would like I mean you know it was like there's some schools where it's like really like they're really like unsafe about it, and like obviously like you know it's somewhat subjective like what how like safe it is, but I mean we had like everybody had masks and there was like relatively separate, and like for the most of the year we only had like 3 classes a day, so it wasn't like a lot of hallway movement. But you know so that's all like I would go to school. So like when I was like you know doing online, like I never wanted to get up. I always wanted to die. Like it just did,
It's
like
ass.
online learning does not work for me, bro. Like I literally would do nothing. Like I would fail. So um like but like that helped me, right? So I did that, and then I finished sleet season around like January or like December, and or maybe even February. And I remember like that was like around the turning point when I realized like I have a lot of shit for this album. Like I think I also sent that to Ray. I was like, Ray, like should I scrap this song? Like
I remember.
And you were like, no, it's good. You should keep it. So I was like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah.
So at that point, I had 4 songs totally done, and then I started looking through all my like material and like past stuff and like, you know, and I realized like at that time I only was gonna use those 4. Then I was like, this mother demo, like that's kind of hard. And then, you know, I had the Saturn hook, so that's like 6 songs, and then I also had this other like beat that ended up becoming Bandana that I just had to like.
That's what I was curious about.
rework.
Is like, did you see Mother as an album from the start, or was it just a bunch of singles that you thought like, oh, maybe this can become an album? Like,
It was an album from the start, but like it wasn't. I didn't mean for it to be that cohesive. I think like I pretty much like, what would happen is like I would intentionally sit down and say like I want to make a song, right? And usually what would happen is like I would listen. I would be really into songs. A lot of the summer I listened to a lot of like music that I liked, especially fucking Earl Sweatshirt, and like I would just study like I would think all the time about like what he was doing, that like made me like the song, like how he was rhyming, his like his choice, like his choice of his words, like how he's presenting it, like everything, right? And I just started like thinking about it really hard and like trying breaking down like what precisely I liked about it. So then after I could try to like incorporate it into my stuff. Cause you could do that for every art. Like I'm sure Ray like just looks at a bunch of different artists, like visual artists.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
right.
like
How
him,
does
yeah.
like what Tempo's been saying compare to like your artistic process?
No, like I can totally relate. I think I definitely use my old art as reference to the new art, and I have like 3 artists that I think like really inspire my stuff, and I'm always looking at their art like, oh, this person blurs out the backgrounds or whatever, and then maybe in my next piece I'll blur out my background or something, and sort of just those little steps like incorporating their tips and tricks into my own art, and then it sort of just evolves from there. Like I totally get it. I think like all artistic mediums are sort of like that. You just learn and develop through other people.
Like you just make like your style is just a combination of everything you like in every
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Because like you hear my old stuff, I only listen to Cave Town, so it just sounded like Cave Town, you know. Then like nowadays, like a lot of songs are like on a. Hi Toby. Well, I mean, Toby, you draw. Like, do you relate to that? Like,
Me?
yeah.
It's difficult because like most of the stuff I put on the internet is very short form comedy based. Like it's fucking like
Yeah.
TikToks, and even that.
No, I'm talking about like you. I mean, I don't know if you do it as much anymore, but you used to draw.
I used to draw. I would still like consider myself like an artist. I just like making stuff is how I say it. Like I don't like confining myself to a particular medium. When I first started being on the internet, I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to animate, and I'll be a part of Yak. For our non-formal listeners, that means the Young Animation Club, which Ray actually is the CEO and president of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like, for me, it's really hard to sit down and, which is why I admire you guys so much, is because it's really hard for me to sit down and make a like cohesive piece of work, like a solid like piece of work. I like making a bunch of small things. I like making little doodles. I like making little TikToks, and probably the longest thing I do is like my fucking like film photography. Or I'll show you guys. This is. Hold on. Also, do you guys like these shorts that I got?
No. Do it.
So this
pussy boy.
skateboard that I painted took me about 8 hours. Ah. Ah.
Sheesh.
This
That
skateboard
was
that I
good,
painted
dude.
took me about 8 hours. And originally it was gonna be like hyper realistic, like water, like you can see like the light reflections and stuff. And I spent an hour and a half trying to do that, like 2 class periods, because I painted this in my art class, and I gave up because it was too hard. But even this took me like 8 hours of like glossing and
I mean,
varnishing
that's
and painting
still like
and sketching.
that's a lot of like that's still dedication. Like even like just those 8 hours. Like
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time on songs, but like on drawings, I never spend more than like an hour or 2.
That's one reason why I like this podcast, though, is because, like, editing this thing, even just the first episode, took me, like, 10 hours, probably, of, like, concerned
Damn.
cutting. And, like, even and like the editing is like janky, I guess. But like that's why like I
No,
admire
it's
you
fine.
guys, and that's why like that's why I'm glad we got Ray on this, especially talking about Mother, is because like dedicating a whole year of your life, even if it's on and off, to a single project is
Well,
like fucking crazy to me.
Oh, what I'll say about that too is like, it's not like I just like woke up one day after like never do it like just doing one-offs everything and then just said like, oh, I'm gonna make an album today and spend a year on it. Like I had to like work up to it. Like when I was younger and I was an animator, if people don't know, I was an animator. But okay, actually, side tangent. One time I actually fucking tweeted like. I should try animation. Like I feel like I'd be pretty good at it. That'd be fun. And people responded like, "Yeah, you should do it. It's cool." Like, good luck. Like,
Good luck.
no one knows. No, but anyway, so if it's not clear, I used to be an animator, and I would spend a lot of time on my like my shitty videos. I would spend like a good like 2-3 months on like a video, so like and it was like 30 seconds of an animation. Like it was just stupid like usually like, parodies or like an animatic or something, um, but like so like that kind of taught me how to like sit down and focus on one project, right? And then when I started making music, I mean, I made like a lot of singles, but I also like what I would do is every summer, and this is why like Time Capsule and Clocks and Icicles like released on the same day. Like what I did
those?
for the past,
For people who don't know, what are those?
those are what? Okay,
I
like,
know what it
those
is.
are the-
Obviously, I'm your biggest fan, but people who
Officer, I got one question for you.
what that dog doing?
What did okay, so so those are my EPs. I have 2 EPs, and what I did like, which if you don't know what an EP is, you're stupid. So the last 2 summers, like 2018, 2019, which actually were the last 3 summers, but whatever. So for 2018, I sat down and said I'm gonna give myself the entire summer to make a project, however long I can. I'm not gonna like stress about making it a certain length, like just work for the whole summer and see how long it takes. And I ended up making 3 songs, which like I was like the minimum because you can't have an EP with 2 songs. But like I finished that and that was my first project. I was like, okay, I could do this. So then the next summer I tried again, and that time I got 5 songs. And like doing that like taught me like how to like sit down and like kind of like save your work and not like post everything at once and like make you know. I worked like, and they both released on the same day, August 21st. And I started like at the start of the summer, so it took me like roughly 3 months each project. And the same thing with Mother. Like I released Tidal Wave 2, and the school year ended. It was like I had another summer to work on that. And I said, you know what, fuck it. Like I already did 2 EPs. Like I'm not gonna give myself a time limit. I'm just gonna make an album. So, I got to the end of summer, and I basically like I didn't even have an EP at that point. And I was like, fuck, I gotta keep working. So I ended up working through the whole school year. And then because with Mother, I even though I had learned, like I did sit down, like I think it's like I wanted to make 10 songs 40 minutes, which I did.
Congrats.
Like, and then adding, like I think if you take away the interludes, it's like 35 or something, but like whatever.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. But it's like, a lot of it was like, okay, so all right, to get into this, right, about like making it cohesive, in terms of like the theme and story of it, every time I made a song, I would sit down and be like, I'm gonna make a song right now. It wasn't like just like inspiration struck me and I just like a song, like it's not like a fucking Disney movie where you're just sitting there and like you start singing and it's perfect. Like you fucking go to school, you home, you like eat a fucking sandwich, and you're like, I'm gonna go hop on FL, I'm gonna make a song, and then you just go and do it, like, and usually it comes from like I listen to a song and I have an element that I like from it or like want to experiment with and like say and like spin it into my own thing and like combine 3 things.
Give me like an example of that and like Mother.
All right, Power Pole, the chords. What I wanted to do, I wanted to take the chords from Self Control by Frank Ocean.
Okay.
And put it in a 3/4 time signature and make a song that kind of sounded like I Ain't Perfect by Ace of Spades.
Holy shit.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, or like one of the, like an indie rock, like I want to make like a guitar ballad with those chords, with like like the song speaks for itself, but like that's what it was. So, like I just wanted to make a song that sounded like that, and then after like I kind of so I made it and like I got the instrumental and I kind of got the feeling, and then I just sort of wrote what was on my mind. And I made Powerful like like it was one of the first songs. So like and I knew like from the start like that's gonna be like the ending song like.
Yeah, well, that little like anecdote is sick. That's exactly what Ray was talking about how like like when she was talking about, like blurring background and stuff, like taking elements from other media that you like and then making your own thing out of it.
It's not called Ace of Space. It's fucking what's it called like third of space some shit like that. It's like 1V of space. I don't know, but whatever. You know. You can find it.
But yeah, I mean that's fucking sick.
So like as I progress like I don't want to like talk too much about like the actual themes of the album because I want to let it like kind of speak for itself.
Good.
But like I didn't actually like sit down when I first made the album and have like a plan for what I was doing. Like I pretty much like Outside was one of the first songs I really like wrote. I think technically I wrote the Saturn hook and some of Mother before that, but like I wrote the first main song I had finished was Outside, and like there's some stuff I wrote on that ended up being like a little like I don't know if this is the right word, but like microcosm like of the whole album. Like I pretty much just expanded on what I said from Outside for the rest of it, and it ended up being like really cohesive and kind of had a progression. Like I pretty much established every idea like pretty early on, and then you just see like me delving like deeper into each one as the album goes on.
Sick.
And like kind of giving like different spins on it.
Yeah, I like that you're keeping the like themes of Mother.
Yeah, like it's mostly the same topics. Like I don't really like, and also like when I write a song like this, I don't know if this is obvious, but it's like I don't sit there and like think like I need a topic for this. Like there's some artists that probably do that, like especially if it's like some silly thing like fucking like Samsa, like I'm gonna write a song about like being a ninja on Tinder.
Yeah.
Like, but like I would just sit there and be like just talk about whatever I was thinking about, and then it just worked.
What song did you and Ray work on?
Huh?
What song was Ray in that you guys worked on? It was
Saturn.
Ray sang on Saturn and like did like a background thing on Human.
Was that your first time like singing Ray and like for like a finished product, or have you done something?
Yeah, it was so cool. That was seriously, oh my gosh. That's another instance of me like crying like 7 times. Like, I remember Tempo would always send me like all the songs when they were done, but I just remember Saturn, and Saturn was always my favorite, like from the very beginning. Like, and I just constantly rave about it. Like, it was my favorite ever. And then
yeah, and I just thought it'd be cool, like, cause I have like these skills and like this like whatever level of platform I have. I like just doing like stuff I can to like make people happy that like they probably like either stupid shit or stuff to make people happy that like I would like I would want other people to do if I was in their shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was like Tyler the Creator, I would make Minecraft parodies of my own songs. Like and that like I swear to God I would do that. And I don't do that my own songs, but that's because I don't have a big platform yet. Like it would have to be like a fire idea, right? But like you know what I'm saying? It's like if like because like I know Ray like really liked that song. I was like, you know, like if I were you, I probably would really like I would want to be on that. Like that would be so cool. So I just wanted to like fuck it like.
Yeah, it was so neat. It was like
and
my
you
little
sounded good
like,
on it. Like, you're fucking, like it was like
so
yeah, you had like a
happy.
little.
Because like sometimes I'd post like little snippets of like covers on my private and stuff, so that's why Tempo like asked me. Like it wasn't like, you know, if I like really sucked, I don't think Tempo would have asked me.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I was really happy. That was like the first time doing anything, and like I remember because you know it just happens at the best time. Like Mason goes off in that song, and then it's like, oh, like I'm there too. Like I'm there too for no reason.
Like, but I also want to say like it wasn't always just like I didn't just like have like Ray in mind. Like I did have you in mind like to sing on it, but like you can hear Ray most prominently, but there's a bunch of voices in that little segment.
Mhm. Like Kevin's
It's
there
Ray,
too.
and the background vocals, if you can hear, is Kevin, Infamous Swoosh, and Mason, and Ray.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah, but Ray's the one on the podcast.
that's kind of true.
You know, we'll get Kevin on the podcast, and we will just not mention Mother at all, and we'll probably talk about like Minecraft. Just to tease
True.
him.
Yeah.
I
No,
think
we'll
that's-
keep like we'll keep like
that's-
almost referencing it, but like yeah.
I like seeing like because like I was like, like we were in like calls together while you were like making songs for Mother and shit, and just like seeing like the dedication you have was like really cool. It's something that like it's like the idea of like making like what do you got in your hands, Tempo?
This
Some Carmax.
I found it on the floor.
I was so good. I was sat right here, polite, listening. As soon as I want to talk about something, fucking floor Carmex. You think I deserve
And
that?
is that impolite? Have you seen
little.
that in the etiquette? Have you seen that in the etiquette rule book? Don't get your fucking floor Carmex. I don't think so.
But yeah, it's sick that you guys that like you got like so many people like to like work on that, and that like just like the idea of like a long like a 40 minutes of like fucking like straight music, like highly produced, like a fully like finished product like that is something that like I want to like learn how to like do, which is why like and that's why like I'm really glad we're like doing this podcast, and like why I'm really glad that like we're like talking about Mother, because it's a really cool
Yeah.
idea to think about making like long form content like that, because this is like technically that.
No.
Yeah.
It definitely is. I realize that I like like, because in other mediums, like when you drop an album, it's like an event. Like it's like it defines you. It's a whole era. Like when you know what I mean. Like they talk about like you're in like whatever era, like because you just drop an album, and it's just a thing of work. But if you're an animator and you spend like a year on an episode of your like web cartoon, like people don't say like, oh, it's like fucking Edgeworld, whatever era. It's just like, okay, cool, new Edgeworld, and they just watch it and then just never like think about it again. And it's like it's also cool because music has replay value inherently. Like if you're watching, if you make a show, it's like they watch it one time, and if they want to watch it again, it's like I already watched that.
Yeah, it's weird
You know
because
what I
like
mean?
yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like replay value, like no one's gonna like watch like a YouTube video 10 times. People can like listen to a song 10 times and not get bored of it.
Right.
Or an album 10
nobody-
times.
Exactly. Like I mean, obviously, like there sometimes you have like a comfort show or whatever, like then you watch it a lot of times, but it's like it's not like inherent replay value. Like culture, like in culture usually like it's like
Wait,
okay,
really
like
quick-
yeah, I
really
watched that.
quick
I'm not gonna
tempo.
watch it now.
What's your comfort show?
I don't have one. I don't watch TV like ever.
Okay, good answer.
I'm gonna lie.
Ray?
BoJack Horseman. Did you know that me and Tempo will never work again after Mother?
You'll never work together
true.
again.
Yeah, that was the last thing we're ever working on.
Is there a reason why?
The band's breaking up.
Is it because I fucking hate Ray?
Yeah, we don't like each other.
Oh. So in your free time, you guys would never hang out.
No.
No.
Speaking of
Not at all.
free,
Okay.
it kind of feels like maybe it's time for the 40-second freestyle.
Oh my god.
You already know it is, motherfucker.
So how this works is we're gonna give you like you're gonna look up an artist name and then add tight beat to it, and then you're gonna have 40 seconds to freestyle over that beat.
Okay. Okay. Playboy Cardi type beat. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wait, should we go first and then Ray goes at the end?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good idea. Wait, before we start, links to
oh.
all these will be in the description. I don't know if we can get in trouble. We're not making money off this podcast, so it's fine if we
Well, I
do
mean,
this, right?
nah, it's free.
Yeah, it's free, and we're gonna have links to all in the description, just so we like credit them. But here we go.
Yeah.
3, 2,
Mhm. Oh.
1, go.
Listen to the world all around you. Listen to the world all around you.
Where's the
Listen to the
beat?
world all
No,
around
no, no.
you. Listen to the world all around you.
Oh.
Listen, Kim.
This is really scary. Do you want to pick a different one, or do you want to just commit to this?
No, keep going. I'm intrigued now. Listen up. Listen up, motherfucker. Let's go.
Time starts in
going
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Going harder than a penis. I got green like dream weed gardener like motherfucking Eden, and I'm eating all this tofu. I don't know you. I got clothes to fold. They're on my drawer at the table, and I'm able to spit like a fucking. I spits. What spits? A girl who doesn't swallow, and everyone follow me on Twitter. Is that 40 seconds?
That was 40 seconds. I gotta be honest, I can't remember a single thing you said. That was a whole.
That was really good.
Did you just say girls that spit don't swallow? You want that to be your legacy?
What is it? It's true.
Okay.
Oh God.
Hey,
you already had your time.
I'm
Okay.
behind it now.
Hold on, I need to.
Is this Toby?
Nope, this is Ray.
Oh wait, no. Okay, let's do. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, this is so hard. All right, I got this. Sucking on dick at a Whole Foods. Body all natural, bitch. Tofu. They say I have money. Faux show. Try to take it all. Expose your ass tan a mojo. I was in Yak making animations. Running from the cops, bitch. I'm Nations. Was that 40 seconds?
Your head.
You came out the gate. You came out the gate with that.
You came out. Everybody else on the podcast, every other guest, you're putting to shame. Like they're.
What?
Dude, I know.
That is big shoes to fill. Running from the cops, bitch. I'm Nation.
I got a real fat ass and love story time animation.
Okay. Count me down, Tempo.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, actually, no, that was wrong.
Yeah, no, it's whatever.
That was the wrong way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm navigating through 100 different cities. Tracking on maps, trying to find the perfect hit. No, okay, hold on. I spent my life traveling on different boats. Play some Minecraft. 1.17, they added goats. That's wacky. I spent my life in 100 different caves. Photographing all different types of raves. But there's one photo that I'll take to my grave.
What's that?
It's a photo of your mom's boobs. Ray, thank you so much for being on the podcast. It means a lot to both of us.
Thank you, guys. I had so much fun. I'm so
it actually
grateful.
also means a lot to me.
Oh, thank you, Tempo.
I said us, but yeah.
Okay.
It means a lot to me too, as well. Personally, just as like not a conglomerate of type beat, just as Toby, that really means a lot.
That just reminded me of this thing Matt said on this like FNAF theory a long time ago that makes me fucking like lose everything. Another day in an installment in the FNAF multimedia conglomerate.
Oh, we need to talk about how Scott Cawthon is a Republican. We can talk about that for 5 minutes. We can do 5 minutes of that, right? And then we'll, right?
And that's the end of the Type B podcast.
okay.
Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you guys on the timeline. It probably won't ever be in another one of these again, but I will see you on the timeline. Thank you so much. Giving you all hugs and kisses. Be safe from COVID. Stay safe. Get vaccinated.
Get some bitches.
Get some bitches. Have a great day.
Tempo.
Bye.
She left it. She left the call. She just did it for us. She just did our outro.
That's not true. I didn't leave the call.